Good morning, South Rock, and welcome to another devotion in the story. This is a weekly devotion. If you're audio only, you're not seeing that I'm in a different place. I am outside. I'm outside the building. If you could be where I am right now, behind me would be the South Rock building. There's a door to the offices. This is the kids' wing right over here. But as I read the chapter this week, I was enamored with the Creator. And I want to explain that because this is a very interesting chapter to really look at God as Creator, I think. But I want to explain why. So in this chapter, we talk about the fall of Israel, or at least the impending fall of Israel, where Assyria will come in and wipe them out and take them away. And it's because of their sinfulness and the sinfulness of their leaders, and their leaders constantly leading them into sin. And as I read this, I got to this line: the people turned away from God and faced the consequences of exile and oppression. And then they wrote this: but the story was far from over. And I love that line because then the next scripture they actually get to says this, the first line: the Lord will have compassion on Jacob, and once again he will choose Israel and will settle them in their own land. And I just love that they've gone through this sinful period of generation after generation of bad leader leading them into sinfulness, and them turning their backs on that after hearing prophet after prophet preach to them, this is not the way of God. And despite all that, God said, I'm going to give you up into the land of oppressors. I'm going to give you up to a rival. And yet, I'm still going to choose you. And yet, you are still mine. You are still my children. And this verse repeats itself over and over again. It talks about, in the time of my favor, I will answer you. In the day of salvation, I will help you. He's talking to Israel. There's going to be a day of trouble, but I will still be there. I will still be your salvation. I will still be there to help you. And it's this over and over again, this message of hope, this message of you have sinned and fallen short, and I am taking you out of the land that I've promised you, but I'm still with you. I am still going to save you. I am still going to love you. And that's why I was enamored with the Creator today. Because I thought the same God that makes the grass grow and that makes the grass green, that puts leaves on the trees, that clothes the birds that are singing all around me with feathers that are so beautiful, He cares even more deeply for me. He loves me even more than this. And so as I wander into my own sinfulness, as I question my own faith and have my own doubts, I remember that this nation was so far away from God. They had sinned so much, fallen so short, and yet God said, I am still with you. I still love you. I am still here for you. And so this week, I don't really have a question. I have more something that I want you to ruminate on. It's going to be a nice week. Even if it has a day of rain, pick a day if you do this every day, I would prefer that. But go outside and really just breathe in the Creator. Allow yourself to indulge in creation and say, the same God that made all of this, that makes the wind blow and the sun shine, the moon be less light at night and the sun brighter in the day, that makes the stars and all that's around me. No matter what I do, He still says, I am here. I love you, and I am seeking after you. So that's all I have. I hope you have a great week.